I wanted to clarify silence, the term silent, when they talk about to take your right to remain silent. It's like, well, we have ears and everything has ears, and when you dial into the field of reality, kids, where we are in our spacesuits, final frontier, it's not completely silent at any time. I mean, even if you put earphones on, like if you ever notice, like if you hold the earphones and you flex your muscles, you can hear this rumbling sound, and your body's going boom 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 boom, and it's like wish 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 wish, and it's like even your body is. I don't know about you, but one time I laid down. I was really young, and I see I'm a musician, and I've been playing music for since, well, putting it together since, well into the age 5, musical structures that were geometric. And so I remember one time I laid down, and I was highly athletic too, and still am, and I still do groove to music this way. I go to sleep, but no, it was my body that I was grooving to. It was doing this like I was like boom, ba, boom, ba, ba, yeah, ba, boom, ba. And I was like, okay, I just fell asleep to it, but really, it's like that. I noticed when I'll get up. And it's like, wait a minute, wasn't I just grooving to some fucking thing, man? It's like, yeah, we're taking a break here into hell. Anyway, I was trying to say, um, what was I trying to say? Oh, how it's never really silent. So there's a system out there that says take your right to remain silent. Um, so what is really meant is something that is beyond words. Say and which is experiences. Within, see, it's reality that see, what I'm saying is this place that never has silence, except for, you could tell somebody to try to shut up, but that's not what I mean here. Okay, I'm kind of folded under here and losing my train. See, because we can talk all we want. See, we don't go into courthouses, or even expect people to know what we need or mean about things, right? A lot of times the needs thing will come up. Let's put that on the table, needs, because who cares what we mean? What if a need is not being met? And that right there in and of itself, it's like a big question that any child would say, wait a minute, there's a lot of people here, like a lot of me here. Like supposedly it's just me all over again, another fucking 5-pointer going dip dip and blah, blah, blah. And it's hard to get a need met here. Like, you mean people are still starving, stuff like that. People still don't have what? They don't have a kitchen counter? And but somebody down the road, there's 2 hardware stores between me, and they all mobbed me because I don't like their asphalt they put down. I don't know. So, oh gosh. Uh, so this world we live in, how are you? It's more like a word. And you don't need that, right? You can say, well, what happened to my right to remain silent here? This word thing is really, woo! Wow. I mean, because what use is it unless like, really, now you're calling in somebody to say, I need somebody to hear me on the level in which they know how to hear silence in words, right? Now, what the hell do we do there? So I'm thinking with you. Are you thinking with me? Um, so you're there on the panel, and you have 12 people as witnesses. We're supposed to believe at least out of one of them has their heart hooked into something sound enough. I mean, talking about from birth. And notice how I said sound enough. What I just mean is plumb, like um, you're noticing, well, we all have access to this amazing space here, and there's when they get close enough, there they are, and they come and go, whatever narcissist it is that thinks they can be more real than this, I'll keep my eye on it. And and whoops, I have a need here. They're just really small. Looking at that, and um, boy, I'm losing my train of thought. But what I wanted to specify is that silence thing. It's never totally silent. See, the thing is, when you go into courtrooms, see this. Why am I talking about this? Well, I might sell out and and rearrange some things in this so-called like, well, whatever this is a community. It's a madhouse, by the way. There's something wrong with all of it. If I can see, if I have the certain key of our language, because they sit there and tell us some things, and they sit there, they're all, I think, like some of them know, but other of them don't. See, you need to get need to get to be slowing down, slow way down to the point of let's go to court because I have nothing better to do at this point. I think it's time for everybody to go to court and change it around because technically it's empty. It's empty, and what's being dragged in there. Let's go back to the story of Christ Jesus over there. How am I doing? Well, first of all, you can't see if I'm going to grab you right now or not. Well, you did just grab me, and that's great. Thank you. But I wanted to explain that not since like that story, it's trying to tell us, well, maybe you should. Do you want to take part in what is here? Like saying it's trying to say, what if a human civilization was to evolve out of this? Well, that's a big what if like question because has it been trying to? People probably misunderstand what I'm saying by this. What I'm saying is enlightened people who know what love is. Love is human, and if you love the story of Christ Jesus, Christ is just another word for is, and that is this 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 has the word is in it. And then you have the now. I think a lot of people have heard and seen it around. They say now, or they really do relate with the Christ with now, like Jesus is. See, I cued it in on as Jesus Christ, the living body of Christ, the living body of is. Um, see, there's anti-Christ or anti-is, and then there's just is. See, the antichrist is the mind that says I'm more real than the witness, and the witness is is like the be withness. Like, well, weren't you there in the same space that I was? And when when so and so bit the apple and found the worm, half a worm, and didn't admit it, that's fine. We can almost ignore. We can almost admire that person. But we want to question their taste after a while. It's like, well, haven't you ever tasted an apple in your entire life? That's the whole question. Well, I get far off on this subject matter. I've been doing some comedy in my brown shirt, away from my pink shirt videos. Thanks for sitting through that. I think this is 19th. I'm gonna put this on maybe the 20th. In between. It's we're not. Are we heading towards Friday? I don't. I'm not. It's hard to keep track for me because I have a lot of Pisces influence. I want to tell you my Pisces relationship is because I do have see an Aries rising at 6 degrees, and then I have Neptune is aspecting my when I was born. It's aspecting my rising sign by 1 degree. It's trine to my ascendant, and then it's actually involved in a grand trine if we consider the part of fortune. There's a part of fortune in your chart, so now it's in Leo. And well, it's at 14 degrees, but it's still technically a trine. So, but there is definitely the ascendant Neptune trine. And it's like, babes, don't bag on my Neptune and how I'm an artist and very dreamy and I can say riddles and it's like, what's happening with that person? Because so now, when you look at one of my planets under Neptune rulership, which is Jupiter, it's going backwards and it's in Pisces. It's in the 12th house. It's just my creative place. It's like that's talk about part of fortune. You have Jupiter working for you as far as your fortune, and I'm just telling you how to kind of look at the maze of astrology and how we would put it together to get to know yourself. See, the thing is you won't be interested in astrology unless you had this wonder about yourself, you're like, why am I interested in any of this? What I mean is, why are you so curious? Why do you have this drive? Why am I like this? Why? Who am I? Like, but really, it's not going to tell you who you are. Really, it shouldn't. You know, for me, it was like, man, I just knew by the time I was 11 or something, by the time I was bowing on stage and saying, I want you to know who I am, as far as the school people there, who, it was boring after a while. And I said, well, I would like to show them the music that I go home and play. And boy, is it more interesting in my backyard, doing all of these things that I find very interesting. I mean, really, uh, I don't want to get into my personal life. It's not all peaches and cream, babes, but it's like, whatever is there, the experience, it's like, um, I gained. It's not that the lessons stop when the bell rings at school, okay? They stop when the bell. Yes, it does. And it depends on if it's the beginning of the school day or the end. Man, for me, it's like fucking. I can't wait. This is like torture. I don't know. I just think back of it too. It's like this is definite torture. This is what robots are doing, and that's fine. You know, we don't need to be robots anymore. It's interesting. I appreciate the scheduling and doing a schedule. That's a good regiment. I don't know. It kind of flies off the handle, doesn't it? Because your mind is captivated. It's like, babe, I can get up early in the morning anyway. I think the main thing is just to learn that you have to get through that. You have to, um, you're basically exposed to something that will make you discern what you really want best for yourself and what feels good. That's definitely what Abraham Hicks says. She says it's the time to look at contrast. You might not agree with what's happening in school today, especially the sex education lesson over there, and let's hope you're with that confusion, because then you will definitely, hopefully, find out, maybe, no, that you have your own faculties and you have your own preference a long time ago. I mean, I'm talking about, did you get born here for a reason? Or just to get shoved through this fucking meat grinder of a suggestion and projection system that is uh, here to kind of, its radiation is like echoing off. It's really interesting, right? That's why we like virgin nature. I call it virgin nature because you can get out there. Really, you don't have to be out in the wilderness. You can find it in a plant. Put a bunch of plants in your house and maybe get a little parakeet or something, and just really space out on that thing, man. Feed it some little carrot ends. I just had a little gray squirrel pitter patter across my roof. And my little baby, I have my little cat. She's going into a whole different mode of being. They were really young and now they're getting older. My black cat, talk about that again. Just couldn't make it, couldn't be here. I don't know, but see, I had a really profound experience with it. I'm so grateful for the time that it spent here with me, and see, we were so close, and I don't know. I mean, we always had eye contact, and this is the thing. Is so do I with this other cat. This other cat is just, it's scary. I've never really experienced the eye contact and what's going on with animals. I have this anyway, and so I'm pretty sure I'm inside of an eye and making contact at this point. That's why I get on this thing and say, "Hi, how's your eye? Did you make contact yet?" You know? Okay. Well, good luck for the alien thing, because I got to be open, and then it's 14 minutes from now that I will be done with this, I think. Um, what's the point of this video? Oh, I'm filling up my next week venue. I already put Monday in, and the ones that you see with the brown shirt are pretty interesting, right? Because, well, I'm trying to ignore that I'm having a Mars transit that squares my Mars, but because it's in Cancer, it's the Libra has an edge on Cancer. Libra has something for Cancer to learn, and if it's anything, it's like it's time to put our hearts in our brain. Okay, that's what we're doing. You don't know that? It's not put our brain in our hearts. Oh my God, no! You put your hearts in your brain. Then you can play music. See, the heart is, there's a self-organizing system that says by way of feeling, perhaps now the feeling, babes, in case the narcissist forgot, and they can, and we love you, but it's to feel good. Feeling good is the key. See, there's a key, right? I just said key. As a musician, you hit it, la. Now, you can't do it with just one la. Two at the same time. See, this is where I can perform a whistle and then hum at the same time and try and show you what harmony means. But it's better to not become a freak like that. Find somebody else to sing with. Getting back to find out um, what's happening with our astrology. You know, that there's a lot of intense stuff to mention because that Venus is in Libra. It's moving really fast this month, and by the time it's I don't know why it speeds the hell up so fucking quick. It's are you listening to me here? It's by the 23rd. There's a Venus square Pluto. Pluto, and this is the last time that Venus will be squared to Pluto in Capricorn. Venus in Libra, Pluto in Capricorn. See, Venus is at home in Libra. And also Venus, see, Libra is also, it has a co-ruler of Saturn. There's a connection to Saturn with Libra. It's very interesting because they are an intense sign, and we're not really learning anything until we learn from love. And there's where we're all getting these downloads because we're kind of we're being busted wide open as far as feeling, right? We need to learn through our egos dying and being reborn into the information that's the right information, and it's happening on a collective scale that the way I just said it right now, and blah 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 blah, it's more and more that way. It's just coming up. We're going to recognize it. We're going to see it, and the communications needs to happen. Talking about communication, see, this Venus now. When we have a Venus hitting Pluto, it usually means any contact with Pluto. It's truth time. It's truth time that nobody ever wants to even capital T. Right here, are you hooked in to your experience of the plasmatic field that is holding, it's outer space that is holding all truth? Here's a table. There's a table. Now, if you don't think that the T looks like a table, somehow, like, at least put two T's there. Does it look like a table? If you don't think so, then you're not safe for children. You should think about going up the volcano that's active. Jump as far as you can into the center and go down. You're going to be fine. It's just, God made a mistake. I'm sorry. It's about your imagination here. Do you have a healthy one? Or did it go to shit, like, completely? And that's what we are considering whenever we consider it. Like, whenever we fuss about it, about the mind. Like, oh, the mind is on fire. The mind, the mind is not a liar. The ba-ba-ba, dee-da-dee-dire. Yeah, right. Desire. Just try and stay more a liar than the pants on fire. You know what I mean? It's like, did you notice it hanging on the telephone wire? My God. Woo! Why do we say that? It's not a quinky dink. Getting back to, babes, I'm happy about having almost gotten right down to something. Can you finish it for me? It's minute 18, and I'm doing astrology. Get out of here. I know where Mars is hitting my Jupiter, and it's like, babe, I'm a spiritual leader. And I was like, can I take a break? And then, really, oh, is that a lot of money coming towards me? Thank you. I had a tiny bill of pay. Why? Because you know it's time to organize. Isn't that terrible? I sound like an evangelist now. But no, you can take this on. Can you please do it? I don't want money. Babe, everybody needs this stupid money because the stupid bill thing. How ridiculous. How fucking stupid. Hasn't anybody ever figured this out? Oh, I love working and paying for my own imprisonment cell. I love my little cell. See, some people are like, babe, I have 6 cells. And it's like, yeah, I know. I noticed you people. You drive up and you're in your cell, which is your car. You have a bubble. The bubble society. It's just the non-present present society. I don't know. Comment section down below. Have you noticed that maybe that's not happening? Is it? Um, who goes crazy and starts just getting on the internet and talking about maybe um, they should get out and just go for a jog or something, just run around the block? It didn't just say that I don't notice the imprisonment camp and other people doing the same thing. It's like, oh, you just noticed that, yeah, you would rather be riding a horse out there and if you can hunt a steer or something, just keep doing, I don't know, sorry. I do have an outdoors. Did I talk about my Neptune and Sagittarius at 7 degrees trying my Aries rising? And a lot of people are not into that. They're like, God, this woman, just like, she didn't talk about narcissists this time. And they don't even, nobody knows what they're talking about when they say narcissist. That's just a name. Like I talk about, well, name, narcissist. Like Jesus over there. Like the devil, like Christ. Ah, ah, mind, like the heart over there. Babe, did you make that money? And you're sitting in Tahiti? Because you read a book about on all my material. My material. Don't ever do it again. Here we go. Look, we have Venus is being beat up. We're going to find out. Look, because, look, there it is. And it's terrible. Now, something is reflecting. Oh my God, you guys. Halt. And my birthday's coming up. It's like, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. And babes, it's really intense because the outer planets, Neptune, Pluto, and what's Uranus doing? Uranus is doing something. But see, Neptune and Pluto are both doing personal planet aspects. So everybody who is Mercurial or who has a Venus or who is Venetian, you have to look at this and find out, where it is. You do astrology in a certain way to find out if you're actually, I call it, you're being directly affected by this. If you have a degree in these places and in the qualitative signs, which is the cardinal, fixed, and mutable squares. Particularly, we look at the squares, because that's what we're talking about right now, is that we're having squares in the sky, and these aren't easy times. It's horrific, and what I'm looking at, oh my God, say prayer for people that are in the midst of war, the spiritual warfare that's happening. I'm here to help out. The spiritual leaders are here to help out with it. They're saying, now, I just said spiritual leaders. What is really spiritual, babes? What is the real spirit here? What is spirit? I say it's the mind, capital M. Capital M. We have the mind of God, which is reality itself. See, but it's deeper than, see, when we talk about spirit, babes, it's like, see, the way that I do when I channel, when anybody is doing anything, like, say, when I use glasses to be able to see more clear, all it is like you have a medium of something and you begin to see the spirit of it, and it goes beyond physicality, like develop that is there, like being the medium of spirit. See, like fire, sometimes we use other things, like just the way we communicate alone, so thanks for listening to this. I just spewing away. People need, see my degree, when it hits the Mars hits trines my Jupiter here at on the 23rd, and that's when I'm going to be offering like a very hyperactive version of what that degree trining my Jupiter is. Well, the thing is I have a problem with money. I don't have a problem with money. I have to hook it up into my own creative ability. I have to just say, well, but I have a problem with how do you keep track of that? You know, how do you advertise? See, I think that it gets nebulous here with it gets more up my alley here when I'm on doing mediums with which that we are being artists and that we can display an artistry. And I have much of that at my disposal. Explaining my Neptune thing, it happens to square my Jupiter though. Trip out on that. Only I know what that means. It's like, well, can you cut back on the sauce over there? No. No, it has to be all part of it. You say, by the way, and when you do explain how did it all come to be, it's because you were on the sauce. Okay? Because why are we denying anything here? It's stupid. Getting back to these really heavy duty aspects that we're not even into it. See, I'm looking at next week, 20 on the 22nd. It's like we're just kind of going into it a little bit. You know, we start feeling it, but by the time it gets down to the other, I mean, I'm telling you, my birthday, that's when Mercury. See, in the beginning here, we have on Monday on the 22nd, we have the Venus square to Pluto, and that's truth time. It's truth time for all of humanity. Like, say, the feminine side, the justice side, the side of justice. See, the thing is I see that Venus has the upper hand because it's in its strength there in side of Libra, and it's doing something funky with Neptune. It's an inconjunct, what is called a semi inconjunct, or what is called a inconjunct. Yeah, it's a unique aspect, not quite opposite, but it's an inconjunct. It's like an oil-water mix, but still there's a very interesting relationship that Pisces and Libra can have. But it has to do with making sure that we're not being shysted by particularly that it's the Libra. It's obvious. It's to get what you're worth in the 3D realm, the work that you do as a loving being. You know, when you sacrifice all of it, really. See, there, that's what's happening here. We have see, Venus rules our hearts and also Taurus, and it points back. See, we can look at Taurus here, but what's remarkable is that it's there's the saving grace of Jupiter, but there's hard aspects though that Jupiter is going through. It's in a hard place. It's just looking like a jam right here this week. I don't want to project anything. That's why I'm going to put this thing on Friday. Like, say, I'll put it on Wednesday and say, "How's everybody doing? Can you feel it? Just take a breather. You know, learn to do the opposite of stress out. Really, the truth time. It's like Halloween. You know, we're going to see something kind of wicked and weird. You know, according to whatever that stays in the dark. You know, you have to look at things until and then that's the way you heal it. And that's where we are. With the prominent Neptune, there's a lot of prominent Neptune, and here's why. I'm talking about in the future right now. See, it's the 19th, but I'll put this on the 22nd or so, but we just got through, well, on the 22nd, yeah, it's happening right on the 22nd also at the same time that Venus is starting to square Pluto. Um, it's not only trining Pluto, this is really good. That's healing time. We have a grand trine with the Sun going at late degree and Uranus. It's Uranus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And that's a grand trine. That is something that is so beautiful to start to kind of, can you get into your grounded place that you've already done the work here on your earthly terrain, and like get it together. You know, go pet your animals. Go and take some dead leaves off of a plant that, well, don't fuss too much on the leaves that are falling outside, right? Some people up here, they don't understand that happens because they don't live here. They don't live anywhere. They live in an airplane. And then when they get on the ground, they're like, well, and if you're their gardener, they're going to say, why are the leaves turning brown and everything dying? It's like, babes, it's fall. It's November, and I hope you still pay me because it's looking like because you're a fucking idiot, I'm not going to get paid. Okay, this is weird. And I'll come back and rake the leaves if you want. Good God. Usually we keep them down on the ground because it's wintertime, but no, up here they want them. They want it down to moonscape. If the fire department had their way, which is ironic, they're like, here, just make it look like a fire blew through anyway. Cut them all down. They want, like, from 100 feet away, they all want it all cut down. I'm like, woo! Have a mercy on the empaths up here that, it's not going to go through. They don't really get their way. Not with the people with grandfather claws, not with the people that know. It's like, no, we can keep our green trees because, for one, the manzanita is endangered, and if you have one on your property, you're like, I have a priceless tree on my property. Otherwise, this one's $500,000. This one's $300,000. That one is a god. You know, that's what they're kind of doing now, according to the meat grinder over there. You know, that's doing money. You know, the reason why it's like that, it's like, well, have you gotten stupid enough? Once we drop money, then we don't need to put a price tag on anything. You know, we just be with it and see. Well, can we see how high these fucking things can grow? And can I live in it? And can I forget your bill? Only bill I want to think of is I have ducks out there. They have little bills and like quack 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 quack, and then you let them out and they do a good job around the garden. Believe it or not, some birds can do a good job. They can. In fact, we can hand it to the birds that we have a fucking national forest out there. You know, they eat from one tree and then they go out and shit and they come back and they keep planting like this, and it's like, what a technology. Why do we overlook the technology that's already here, and how that it's been 32 minutes and I've done this for somebody. Somebody likes cartoons. We could sit with each other, and I'm sure sometimes you feel my total lethargia and restlessness that's really going on. And I need to just adjust that. See, I did yoga yesterday and I feel great. I'm gonna do some yoga now. It's kind of fasting. Why? Well, it tried to fast and it's kind of hung up now. Because, well, the full moon happened. I didn't have any choice with that, and so that's why I kind of did a little yoga, and it's time to change my life from something different. So I'm not working so much. And why, Shauna? How do you afford that? This. If I get, babes, if I have 417 subscribers, if half of them, see, if half of them sent me $20, let's do the math, and I'm gonna really do the math here. I'm gonna find my fucking phone in front of you. Where's my phone? Can't do the math without it. Phone. Oh shit, I lost my phone. Well, do it on your phone. And find out. See, the thing is I guess I'm not showing my belly button enough, man. If I showed that belly button, and I said, now, first of all, I'll get 900,000 subscribers in one night, and then I'll say, now, I want 900,000 subscribers. God, I hate this video now. How fucking petty. But why not? What if my type was supposed to do that, and then see if I did that like 12 times, I would definitely go to court and say, get rid of these people out of power position of so-called power. Look what happened over there. They're going like this and throwing knows shit at the public. What happens is they're taking public donations for projects that are already funded, and they're building up like things like that we don't need. It's overdevelopment. Whatever can really disturb the shit out of you in your town, that's what they're saying that we need donations for and volunteers for, and then they are, but it's already funded. And but so that's illegal. And see, but how do you sue these people? How do you sue Mark Zuckerberg for ruining all of our lives away from? But did it really? No, I'm not saying that that's the truth for me. I say that you're supposed to find out what this thing is supposed to be used for, and of course it's because, see, if it's to, it's so that we can sacrifice ourselves as just the way that how it goes. You know what I mean? You're just like, wait a minute. There's only one way to use this thing is the possibility that enlightenment is here, and that just means that you took your own right to remain silent, and that is reality itself, the final frontier. And can I just have a patch of dirt a little bit? Even if it meant it's just me and a patch of dirt, and then but the other person, see, more people get patches of dirt, maybe we get an ear of corn out of it that's decent enough to eat. I'm not saying that we have to go back to whatever it is that they have depicted that we've been doing, and they kind of hold it against us, right? That's the thing they scare us with is, oh, you might turn into a cave woman or man out there just, oh God, it's so hard. We only lived to be 45 years old. Bullshit! People that say a lot of things about history, they don't know that they don't know, and that's interesting because they don't even know what's going on, let alone what has went on. They don't know, period. Was that a song? Wow, it rhymed. I wish I had a gong. You know, a gong in the background. Whoa, just hit that sucker. And it says, now have you found what that lump is on your neck that you're handling? It's called your head. Don't go to the doctor just yet. Find out if you can get on your damn feet instead.